Hello, welcome to another live video. It's me, Jessica, with a probably short video. I basically just want to get on here and chit chat about some different jobs that are basically very remote worker friendly. So, yesterday I actually came onto a video and I talked about specific companies that are hiring for remote work positions. And so I will be doing a follow up to that video soon. I'm doing some research into some companies that are in the US and Canada and also globally. But in this video, I basically want to share 10 of the best jobs that are remote friendly, like it's super easy to find jobs that will allow for remote work. So I am going to get started. And really, the main job that typically comes to mind when you think of remote going to be anything within customer service. So, really, any job where you are going to be on the phone pretty much 100% of the time is going to probably fall into customer service of some nature. Now, customer service may literally be where you're in like a call center setup where you are literally receiving questions back to back from customers of maybe a retailer, for example. Or it could also be a job like mine where I am a corporate recruiter and I am calling people throughout the day. So I'm either having phone meetings or I am having phone interviews and things of that nature. It could also be different types of marketing roles. So customer service, definitely one of the areas where you will definitely find remote work. Now, the second job area is very similar to customer service, and it's really any call center, like an actual call center. So literally you're getting questions either via chat or you are dialing out and calling potential customers. So it would basically be a virtual call center where you're representing a company, or maybe you're working for a third party and you're basically just supporting this company's business needs by answering questions of different stakeholders. So definitely could be customers or other businesses that are having those incoming calls. So those are the first two that come to mind. Number three are going to be really any computer related job. So if you think of computer programming, for example, these are folks that are literally spending the bulk of their day coding at a computer. So even before this whole health crisis came about, a lot of computer programming jobs were remote, or at least open to remote work, at least if not 100% of the time, a couple days a week, or at least once a week. So that will definitely be an area. Anything dealing with computers, especially computer programming, is definitely going to be a job where you can work remotely. All right, so the next area, which is kind of similar to the customer service and also call center jobs I talked about before, is going to be anything that's outbound sales. So you are calling up people trying to sell a washer and dryer or medical devices or whatever. So you don't need an office to work in sales. Literally, sales personnel, they are spending tons of time. Either they're going to be on the phone, or if you're selling things like insurance, for example, you might be actually meeting with customers face to face. But obviously, in this environment right now, you're not going to do that. You're going to call them on the phone. So, if you are in any kind of sales role, you can definitely work from home positions pretty easily. And it's pretty common for people that work in sales to work from home or do a lot of travel and actually work from those different locations that they're in. So definitely sales is in my top five of those jobs that are very easy to work remotely from. All right, so moving along here. The next job is, it might be a little surprising, but any kind of teaching or tutoring type of job is going to be really easy to do remote work, specifically if you are teaching English, because there's a ton of people all across the world that are needing to learn English, or their children need to learn English, or maybe they just want them to learn English because that's the number one language used in the business world globally. So there's been so many tools and different technologies catered towards educating others, specifically in helping others learn English. And then right now, well, kindergarten to 12th grade, kids are still needing to go to school of some sort. And so a lot of places are looking at virtual learning. And so there's a ton of new tools. And if you're looking for different positions within the education realm, you're going to find many remote working positions. And not only teaching in the education sector, but also when you look at corporate functions, you're going to find jobs like trainers and virtual learning or e-learning specialists. So basically, these are folks that are building programs and tools to help adult learners in the workplace learn new skills or keep different skills fresh via e-learning. So it's very, very much in demand right now, and you're going to be able to find those remote jobs. All right, so moving along, this one kind of comes second nature, like everyone I think knows this, but I'm going to share it anyway. This is probably one of the main jobs that I found years ago when I was kind of looking for remote jobs. And it's anything within data entry or coding, like medical coding, for example, or transcriptionist jobs. Almost butcher that word. But I will say that you can run into some different scams when it comes to finding legit transcription companies and sometimes data entry companies, but there are definitely some out there that you can use. Transcription work, I think, is really difficult. Basically, you are translating recordings into text. And I remember I was taking tests, typing tests in order to be a transcriptionist. And those things are hard. I mean, you need to be a pretty good typer. Like you need to type, I don't know how many words per minute. I think it was like 50 or 60 words per minute. And it's also really good for someone that has a really good hearing, because you may be given like really scientific content. So the scientist is talking about, I don't know, something very specific, some biological advancement, I don't know. And you're needing to actually transcribe all of that within a certain amount of time. And a lot of those jobs are per hour. So it is hard, but if you can do those type of jobs, or maybe data entry, which is very straightforward and easy, you can definitely find remote work. And after the live, I will share a couple of links to some companies that do hire for those positions. All right, so moving along, the next job that's pretty easy to find remote work is going to be any kind of translation services job. So a really big one here in the United States is anyone that's bilingual in Spanish, because there's just needs for a lot of companies to be able to, for example, advertise their products in both English and Spanish, or if they are creating any kind of product, they will actually need to put, like, if you have a food product, for example, well, your ingredients may need to be in English and Spanish. So anyway, there are definitely a lot of companies out there that are looking for bilingual people that can basically translate text for them and put things into the right context. There have been so many different accidents that have happened where a company is trying to translate something and they think they're saying, buy this great product, and they're like saying something really rude to someone. So that is definitely a top job that if you're looking for remote work, you can definitely find. Typically, I think for translators, I remember I was working on a project. This was a year and a half ago, and we needed a bilingual person to translate some stuff in Spanish, and they were just freelancing. So a lot of times you can actually find that type of work. If not full-time work, you can definitely find some freelance projects with different companies. All right, and so my next group of jobs is going to be anything on the creative side, primarily web development and graphic design jobs. So web development is basically anything you see on a website. So if you went to Amazon.com, like everything you see visually is going to be the work that a front end developer has done. And then anything that's really making the site run, like you're clicking this button and it sends you somewhere else and this video is running, that's going to be a back-end developer. So either way you go, these type of positions, you're definitely going to be able to find remote work very easily. And along with that, under the same creative function, are graphic designers. So they're the ones making like cool logos for different companies or startups, making different things look really pretty, making packaging look nice, that sort of thing. So that is another job area where you can definitely find some freelance work. I will say that a lot of web developers and graphic designers do work freelance a lot, but you can definitely find full-time work as well. The last one I think I'm going to talk about is going to be specifically a specific type of marketer. Okay, well, I guess not. So I am going to wrap up this video. So those were the 10 job functions that are very easy for folks to find remote work, especially right now. I know a lot of people are looking for that type of work. So if you are in those functions, definitely do some searching online. I will be sharing a video soon with specific companies that are hiring for work from home positions. Probably in the next couple of days. So in the meantime, I hope this video is helpful. I will provide the list below in the description after this video post, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.